I believe we are doing a headlight comparison after a long time, and after getting the 310R, I was eager to check the headlight performance. I strongly believe headlight comparison videos are best done on comparison terms, and this time we have the BS6 TVS Apache RTR 204V that comes with the factory fitted LED headlight. Although these are motorcycles from different price segment, but I have said this before that every motorcyclist deserves better headlight. The dark night arrived with a lot of mosquitoes, so we went ahead in search of light with the RTR 204V. This is the low beam from the RTR 204V where we can see the spread and intensity. The headlight can be operated in only two modes, low beam and high beam. While the low beam can be operated with the engine off, but to switch on the high beam you have to crank up the engine. With the high beam on, it can be seen that the low beam remains on in the high beam mode, which is a good thing. The same applies when you use the pass beam. As it can be seen, the intensity gradually increases as the beam proceeds ahead, and there is a very small dark patch in front of the motorcycle. Now before we do a side-by-side comparison, let's see how the BMW 310R performs. Now BMW has done a smart job with the 310R where it has got 3 headlight modes, and if I'm not wrong then TVS has updated the same with the new RTR 160 and 204V. So here we can only keep the DRLs on and then switch to low beam and finally to high beam. The intensity is quite strong for a DRL. The faint light you're seeing here is from the DRL itself. Switching to the low beam on the 310R, I can clearly notice the intensity has gone up from what the 204V offers. The location and camera settings are exactly the same where the motorcycles are parked side by side. The beam spread and throw seems to be similar to what the 204V offers, but the keen eyes must have already noticed the dark spot in the intermediate space, which will be more pronounced further in this video. The high beam on the 310R as expected gives a good throw with nice intensity, while the spread is similar to the 204V. And yes, the low beam remains on in the high beam mode, and also note that in the 310R, all the 3 headlight modes including the high beam can be operated with the engine switched off. Moving ahead, there is a change in location with a vertical barrier ahead. What you're seeing here is the low beam from the RTR 204V. Keep a check on the side edges as we turn on the low beam from the G310R. Apart from the change in intensity, a little improvement in the beam spread can be noticed here. In this comparison video, you can judge the individual performance of the 204V and the 310R. Now as both the motorcycles have got their headlights on, the dark spot on the BMW is more pronounced. Although it does not create any problem during riding as the immediate and long distance visibility is good. Finally, we have the high beam on from the RTR 200 which falls on the vertical barrier. And this one is the high beam from the 310R. A comparison clears that they are really close to each other in the high beam mode. This is one of those videos where I have literally spent a lot of sweat in the hot summer evening and of course donated a lot of blood to those mosquitoes in the dark location. Which reminds me why I am doing this headlight comparison video after a long time. So that's it for this video and I hope you guys have liked it.